This is the B&B Sports Update Draft Special. I'm Blake, and alongside me is my partner in crime, Brendan. So now, let's start with the first overall pick. Kyrie Irving goes to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Good pick.
Good pick. I cannot argue with anything that they did.
Yeah, well, I think it was obvious that Cleveland was going to pick him, because he was probably the best talent in the draft, but he was very unproven in Duke, playing only 11 games before injuring his toe. So there will be injury issues concerning him throughout his first couple of seasons. See if he'll be injury prone or if that was just a one-time thing. I think he's going to be well. He's going to need to make an instant impact in Cleveland because let's face it, they suck.
Yeah, they have really no other role players, perimeter players either. That's why with the first two picks out of the first four picks, they really needed to step up, get some actual key players, some franchise players. I'm not sure if they did that with Tristan Thompson. I think he's a little overrated, and that's just my opinion.
Well, let's move over to the number 2 pick, which was
Derek Williams.
Derek Williams from Arizona. He was a great big man for Arizona, more of a scorer rather than a rebounder defensive guy, although he did show his defense in the tournament, and he was a big star for them. He could even hit it from the three. He's over 50% shooter from the season. So, do you think this is what the Timberwolves needed?
I think they have Kevin Love. They have a lot of other players that are really young. I think it's a good draft pick. He was the best available. I think. Remember, they just got Ricky Rubio too, so that's another rookie that's coming over. A lot of young chemistry in the Timberwolves. I think it was a good pick. He's a great player, great college player, and I think the Timberwolves got it right there.
All right. And let's skip ahead to the good picks. Number 8,
Got it on.
Detroit Pistons selected Brandon Knight. I thought he was going to go higher, like 4 or 5 maybe. But when the best available falls into your lap, you got to take it. Dumars can't pick another Darko.
Oh,
You got to
no.
go with what you know, right?
Yep.
Yeah. He was a big star at Connecticut or Kentucky rather, and look, you might not know this, but he had enough college credits to be a junior because he took so many AP classes in high school.
He was a 4.3 in
4.3
college.
GPA. So he's not one of those airheads who's just all basketball. He's smart. He's gonna be a good NBA player because he'll have the intelligence and instincts to know what to do. So what kind of impact do you think he could have for the Pistons in the short term?
I think with all the guards that they have, they're gonna get rid of some obviously in free agency and over the long summer. I think he's gonna have a big impact. Actually, he's a really he averages 18 points a game when he played at Kentucky. He's gonna have a huge impact on the offense, which has been a little slow. He's more of a quick setup kind of offense guy, but the Pistons play a little slower, low key offense. But I think he will have a big impact. This is a young team. With a lot of new younger players that are starting to play. He's going to mesh well with Jerebko and Greg Monroe on the offense, and it should be an exciting year for them.
Now, staying on the same topic of the Pistons, let's go over their other 2 picks. Vernon Mack, the big man from Florida, and Kyle Singler, the star from Duke. What impact do you think they'll have starting with Mack?
Singler is obviously a great shooter. He was projected to go late first round last year if he came out as a junior. Singler will have a big impact. He's going to be a bench player, I think, which is a really helpful bench player because the Pistons already have an average bench with Will Bynum. As for Mack, I'm not sure what type of player he'll be. He'll probably go good with Greg Monroe. Could be a replacement for Greg Monroe when he comes, off the bench. But I'm really unsure about Mack. What about you?
Yeah, well, these draft picks are really going to help the Pistons in the short term. They're going to get them young because they were a very old team recently with Wallace and Prince and Hamilton. And Prince is a free agent, so they're probably not going to sign him.
Yeah.
Ben Wallace is probably going to retire this year. And Hamilton, he's just a handful. I don't know what the Pistons are going to do with him. They're going to try to trade him, but nobody's going to want to pick up his contract with his attitude that he had towards Kuster. That was just classless.
No.
So let's move in from the draft to what kind of coach the Pistons need.
Well, recently, within the past few days, they've talked about bringing in a Patrick Ewing, who would establish a kind of 80s basketball defense and defense before offense. I think they need a coach like that because that's always what's been a success in the Pistons' history. Bill Laimbeer has been the name for running. Mike Woodson too.
Lawrence
Lawrence
Frank.
Frank, yeah, he's coached the Nets. Was a protege of the Pistons organization actually before he coached the Nets. I think he'd be a great candidate. I would honestly go with Lawrence Frank. I think he did it with the
Really?
Nets before. He brought him back to back-to-back finals appearances. And really resurrected that franchise. So I would go with him, but they're not going to make an announcement before July 1st. So we'll have to wait to find out.
I would actually go with Bill Laimbeer because he's proven in the NBA, but so is Patrick Ewing. But he's a Detroit guy. He coached the women's Detroit team, the Shock, to multiple NBA or WNBA championships, and he has the kind of attitude, where there's not going to be able to fool around. He's going to lay down the law for Hamilton,
Old
and
school.
he's going to get the respect of the players really fast. And I think that's what the Pistons need. They under Custer, they had no respect for him and did not listen to him at all. And that's why Hamilton was just being a big fat crybaby, honestly. But he's not going to do that with Lambier. He's going to lay down the law, and he will not tolerate Rip Hamilton. So that's all for now. We'll see you later.